music, boom, that blew my mind, man.
Another week, another Chatterbox. My name's Dan, and we got a full house here this week. It's looking good. I'm gonna start from the bottom to top. Obviously, it's the OG, it's the brother, it's the main man. Go on, Des, one, fam.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, everybody?
Yes,
It's Christmas time. It's Christmas.
Here we go. Have you got
Man,
your
it's hype.
decorations up? Where's my tinsel? I forgot my tinsel. I found some tinsel for tonight, and I forgot about it. What an idiot. Well, go on, Sean. It's the brother. You good?
Yeah, Medea. Yeah, ready, man. Ready to do this.
Obviously, it's the Harrow bro. What's going on, P?
I ran out of Haribos and I had Skittles, but I ran out of that too. So, hey, I'm here though.
Oh my days. And yeah, hey, this was a musical one. This was a musical week, and I feel I should give you a better song, but I'm not good at singing. So it's the ladies love Andre.
Hello, how'd you do?
Yeah, man. So this week, I've been singing. I've been listening to some singing because we will be reviewing Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey, a Christmas musical fantasy film written and directed by David E. Talbot. It stars Forrest Whitaker and Madeline Mills, which was released on Netflix November 13th, or in other words, Friday the 13th, 2020. Of all the years to be a Friday the 13th, and this film gets released. Now, I'm interested. Andre, tell us a quick synopsis of the film.
So yeah, decades after a betrayal, a once joyful toy maker finds new hope when his young, bright granddaughter ends up on his doorstep.
Jingle Jangle, was this a hit or a miss? Or as Des likes to say, a hiss, halfway between a hit and a miss?
For me, it was a hit. I very much enjoyed it.
For me, it was a hiss. It was halfway between both.
Do you know, I'm not a massive fan of musicals, but I enjoyed this film, although, there were a few things that I didn't like. But yeah, I think for the most part, it worked for me, so it was a hit.
Christmas is here, man. Christmas is here. This was definitely a hit for me.
See, you're a part of the problem for me. Now, I don't know what you guys think, but do you think this movie was released too early, being a Christmas film? Could they have at least waited for the people like me who like Christmas to start at a sensible time, at minimum December 1st?
Definitely. I think it was released a little bit too early. I would have appreciated it a lot more if it was released in December, and especially the day that it was released. I thought it was a little bit weird. I was like, "Oh, Friday the 13th, 2020." I hope people are not superstitious and are put off by that.
I remember when we did the trailer reaction. It was my anticipation that this was going to be like a Christmas release, and I thought that would be the perfect time to watch it. And it was almost as though Netflix was a little bit too excited and dropped it a bit early. Friday the 13th. I started to look through the list of all the films that was dropped on Friday the 13th. And there were quite a few as well. But it's almost like, why Friday the 13th? And I think we need to kind of explore that, because it's unusual to drop a film like that at this time of the year on that particular date as well. And the fact is, what is going to be like a Christmas film when we come to December? Is it going to be something like The Prom? Come on. This is about Christmas. Yes, it was definitely dropped too early for me, way too early. I wanted to open my windows and see snow outside, but there was nothing.
Yeah, Des, you definitely mentioned a few trigger points with this film for me. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad film, but yeah, I'm a bit. I didn't really get the release time. I remember watching that trailer, and I remember thinking to myself, I'm ready for Christmas. I'm seeing this, I'm ready for Christmas. And then they just dropped it on us like, raw, Friday the 13th. Like, ain't even been Black Friday. Americans haven't even had Thanksgiving yet. Maybe that's the audience they're targeting. I'm not sure. Now, one of the things about this film is that it was actually meant to be a stage production. Now, did this deliver as a film? What were your thoughts on the performances of the main characters?
I think it definitely worked as a film, but I wouldn't argue if someone was to say they think it would have worked better as Jingle Jangle being done on stage, you know, because there is that element to it, being a musical.
Yeah, it definitely worked for me as a film. Either way, to be honest, I would have watched it on stage, watched it on film. It was all good for me. In terms of the performances, I enjoyed them. Like I enjoyed Forest Whitaker. I enjoyed the love interest. She was fun. She was really fun in it. Like I really enjoyed her performance. Like it was just every time she was on screen, I enjoyed it and it was fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this one too, and definitely there were a lot of fun. Like, you know, from the dancing, the singing, and there was a little bit of jokes between the characters. I enjoyed that. Now, between the characters, one thing that's really important for me is the chemistry. Where I thought there was some chemistry was between Madeline Mills and Forest Whitaker's characters, and I'm just interested to hear what you guys thought about Madeline Mills' breakout role in her first feature film.
Good. I really like Madeline Mills' performance because she acted a lot with a young character called Edison, played by Kieran L. Dyer. And he was so bad. And because he was so bad, it further kind of showed how good she actually was. Because every time he appeared on screen, I was just annoyed. I was frustrated. I wanted him off. And he reminded me of a 90s character called Steve Urkel. And he started to grate on me. I just thought his lines felt forced. He didn't know how to deliver them properly. He got better towards the end, but he didn't really bring anything to the film. Now, the chemistry between Madeline and Forest Whitaker, it could have been developed more. There was not enough of it because we didn't see Madeline Mills until 30 minutes into the movie. And the first time she actually interacted with Forest Whitaker was literally 34 minutes into the film. And they had a few minutes there. And then before you knew it, she was trying to get too close to him. And it's like they rushed their chemistry where they could have developed it a lot more.
Yeah, I have to agree with P as well, because I'm a grandfather, granddaughter's Mara. You know, if I've never seen her, and I have to forge a relationship, it will be difficult. And you saw the difficulty in them building that relationship. And Madeline was pushing to form that relationship. She had something in common with her grandfather, which in the end she wanted to show him as well. But I felt she was really good as a standalone actress as well. She delivered her lines well. I thought she was quite engaging. To be honest, I'm not too sure whether she done the songs herself, but just her dancing, just her performance, the choreography, I think it was really good.
I enjoyed the chemistry. I think it was really good, actually. Forest Whitaker, at the beginning of the movie, I really couldn't hear him, basically. I don't know, he was speaking so low, so I don't know what that was about. I don't know if it's the audio, I don't know if it's him, whoever, but it was just too low. I got used to it towards like the middle end. In terms of their relationship, I thought it was good chemistry. I liked that he wasn't interested when she first came around. I did like his attitude towards her, and I liked the. It didn't feel like quick to me. It felt fine, and it felt how she was reacting in terms of a child wanting to hug her grandfather and wanting to be involved with everything he's doing. I believed it. I believed that. Her performance was excellent. Madeline Mills was just great. She's really stood out for me in a movie in terms of everyone, like Forest Whitaker, everyone. She stood out. She was the star of the movie. I love her singing. I love her dancing when they had that little with the snow fight. The little African dance was excellent. The snow thing was great for me. I enjoyed that. I had fun watching it. I watched this movie late, and I watched it from beginning to end. It was smooth. Like I really, enjoyed it.
Snow fight, right? It got to me because, like, where did all that snow come from for them perfect little snowballs, man?
It's magic. It's magic.
Yeah, that was good,
I was like, 1 minute there's like a little bit of snow about and everything, and then next thing they're having a full blown, the whole streets having. I'm like, where they got all this snow from? What? This is England. Snow doesn't last that long, and snow doesn't provide snowballs that good, man. Come on, that was.
In Aylesbury, it does.
Maybe I wouldn't know. I ain't been there, man. I tell you what, though, like the dance scene, I vibes with that. I like what they did there with the dance scene. That was really good. I
Yeah.
thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Well played by whoever come up with that idea, whoever choreographed it. Interesting little setup. Now, something else that's interesting was to see a predominantly black cast in a Christmas family film. Does this show a progressive approach in filmmaking?
You know, there's only one answer to that question, in my personal opinion, and that's absolutely. You know, although I still am going to bend your ear a little bit. You know, don't get me wrong. There has been some other black produced films, Christmas films over the years, which I think has been really good. You know, such as Almost Christmas. I think there's one called This Christmas as well, which has got Idris Elba in it. You know, and that's one of my favorites, to be fair. But you know, most of these films don't really get pushed to the mainstream. So for me, it's definitely a step in the right direction. You know, whether this is something that's going to become more common or not, you know, I think film companies should continue to break the mold and let, you know, art reflect real life. And I think that's definitely what's needed right now. So, yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
I remember Dan was well excited about showing this film or sitting down and watching this film with his daughter and telling her about the positive correlation between black people and Christmas. Do you remember that, Dan? I remember you were well excited about that. And that was a buzz. And the fact that now this is also in mainstream and is shouting that message about fairy tales, and I think is fantastic. We now have to create our own. In the past, we have to look to fairy tales for other people, and they shaped our perception of life. And we taking on their thinking, their views, and then suddenly we've got our own. And yes, it is progressing. And now we've got our own. And it's like, wow, this is fantastic. We have to jump on this. We have to do something more about this. We need to flood TV with this progressive movement. From the Black Lives Matter until now, we're moving forward, definitely moving forward. And I was saying to P the other day, the amount of more black people that I'm seeing in adverts. And I know there's a massive thing with the Sainsbury's advert, but we see more and more black people in adverts. We are standing up. We are being counted. Our views matter. And that's the important thing as well. Because in the past, we had all kinds of things shoved in our faces and we had to take it. But now, hey, this is a slice of my cake. You take that as well.
Yeah, I totally appreciate you guys saying everything you had to say there. Like, you know, just everything you guys said times by 10, honestly. And that's a part of what happens when you do have black people prominent in TV and film, in the media in general. You start to see a difference in how things are portrayed. And there was so much else that you covered. Now, talking about long things, this film was 2 hours and 2 minutes. What were your thoughts on its pace, the number of storylines that were really embedded in the film's character and the developments as well?
You know what? When I first saw the length of time, I was like, no, that's too long for a Christmas movie, a family movie. Why is it this long? And then, yeah, when I was watching it, went through it like that. Like it really just, yeah, the pace was nice for me. Like, so yeah, I didn't have a problem with it I didn't have a problem with it whatsoever.
I was a little bit disappointed with the pace. As I've said earlier, the main character took a while to actually come into the film. It took about 30 minutes to actually appear. And when she came into the film, she was one of the sparkling lights of that entire movie. But when it came towards the end, it felt like they wrapped up everything too quickly. And I would have loved to have seen them explore that a little bit more, because there's the bad guy, and how is the bad guy going to get arrested or taken down? That was just like, it was resolved in a 2-minute conversation. And I was like, really? That is what we waited for? So I thought the pace was a little bit off, but overall the music fitted in well and everything else worked okay.
One of the other big parts of this film was the music. It was a key component. And one thing that can be said, that the production team didn't spare any expense when it came to the music. The musical score included songs by John Legend and Philip Lawrence. So what did you guys think about it? Did you find the songs catchy? Did they were they well placed through the film, or was there too many of them? Did you guys enjoy it? I know I was singing afterwards.
Yes, I did enjoy them, and I thought they were very catchy. I thought the placement was nice. It was never unwelcome. I just really enjoyed it. Like I don't really have a bad word to say about the music.
Music, boom! That blew my mind, man. From the first song that they played, all my life I waited for this day. Oh man, I was singing that. I was getting goosebumps all over, and I remember it from the trailer as well. And in the trailer, Dan, you were bopping. Andre, you were bopping as well, man, because it was the three of us, I think. And you felt that music. That music was powerful and written by. I know that particular song was written by sung by Usher, and I think he done brilliantly. I can't fault the music. I'm not a big fan of musicals, but this worked for me. I love the music. I just sat down and I listened to it again and again and again, and it was brilliant. The lyrics, I mean, when you start listening to it, is the lyrics is just it's so fully loaded. Shame about COVID, but if this was in the theater, it would be fantastic. I think it would be sold out Christmas many times over. I think the music was wonderful. I can't fault it at all.
I just thought overall, like the music as well, it's something I've not watched a film with that much music in it for a long time. Obviously, intentionally, I'm not generally into them kind of films there. But I'll tell you one thing that I think a lot of people might not get the full experience is there was a difference. Now, because this film was 2 hours long, I did stop it halfway through and I moved my laptop and I put my headphones on and I got such a better experience from the music. I even went back to hear some of the songs in my headphones because I could hear it so much better than just on the basic laptop speakers. So like for people who might be watching this on a phone and an iPad, I kind of get that director's pain that all that work you're putting into this movie or the producer, that not everyone's going to get that full experience. But the themes that were central to this film were family, empowerment, and loss. Do you believe this works well? And did these themes touch you?
Do you know what? Although I did like the theme of empowerment, I didn't feel as if they went too deep on that, which for me, I think it still made the film feel fun throughout. And I think that's something that really worked.
Now, this is probably the second most important question tonight. Did the film deliver with its Christmas magic? And will the families feel that magic when they're watching that this Christmas?
Did the film deliver? Yes. There was a lot of flaws within the film, but when it's Christmas, you overlook those flaws and you look at the brilliance within the film. And there were some really good sparks within the film that people would really enjoy. There was people that there's characters that we could identify with, and families would really enjoy this. The music was fantastic. The dance was fantastic. Some of the performances were fantastic. Diego Don Juan, he was fantastic. He was the funniest character in the entire film for me. Yes, it's a good family film. And it's not a great movie, but it's a good family film.
Yeah, I think it delivered this Christmas magic. I thought, it was just, I think families will enjoy it as well, or I hope they will. It was just a great Christmas movie for me. Like, it was magical, there was dancing, singing, comedy. It was, so I just enjoyed it all.
Now, the most important question of any film review that we do, what rating are you going to give it, boys?
4 stars.
3 stars.
4 stars.
4 stars, definitely.
I got to go with 4 stars, man. Definitely. There's some improvements, but they didn't ruin the film. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to watching it again, maybe on Christmas Eve. Overall, it looks like we gave that one a 4 stars. A brilliant film, a brilliant piece of work, and I hope there's many more just like it from those creators, those directors, producers, scriptwriters, and many more films where we will see those actors in them. Now, we love to hear what you guys think. Let us know in the comments. Did you watch it? Are you going to be watching it? Are you waiting until Christmas? While you're down there, there's a red box. It says subscribe. You need to click on that. just so that you can make sure you know when our next videos come out. But on top of that, you can click the bell next to it, and that makes sure you get a notification. We're also on Twitter, so hit us up on the socials. Should appear on the screen right now. I can't even remember my own social handles. There it is right there. But let us know what you think we should be watching, and tell us what you're watching on the socials. My name's Dan. We got the full house tonight. It's your brother, the ladies love, Andre.
Good night.
The Harry bro. It's P. I know it's the brother Sean.
Peace, people.
And it's the OG, Des.
Yes, I'm the grandfather, man. Geronimus Jangle. Give it that. All the beard and everything, man.
Peace and love, people.